Three Kisses. So, here we go. Chapter 1. Hey, did you hear about the new kid? A girl in the hallway asked her friend. I just happened to overhear the conversation on the way to class. It struck my nosy curiosity, and I focused in on as well as strained to hear the more they had to say. I listened on as they blabbed and blabbed about the gossip of the new kid. As I walked to the completely other side of the school, thanks to an annoying schedule, my classes were all over the damn place. I finally reached my class and sat in my usual seat in the back. As people came in and sat in their own seat, I happened to look over to my left, and there he was. Sitting in the usually empty seat to my left was someone new, a stranger to me. He had a pale face with a soft, quiet expression. Draping around his face was his dark, straight, shoulder-length hair. He was wearing black jeans, a white hoodie, and a pair of black and white Converse. He had his head leaned against and propped up by his right hand, his left hand doodling in a notebook. I couldn't see his expression too well behind his hair, but his expression seemed bored, lifeless. I reached over towards him and tapped his desk lightly. I pulled my hand back to myself as he looked up. My amber eyes met his soft, light blue ones, and I smiled softly and kept my tone as friendly as I could. Hi, are you new? I asked him. He nodded quickly and looked back down at his notebook. Trying not to be too obvious, I looked over at what he was drawing, a simple rose. I tried to converse with him a bit more. I'm Maria, I said, my voice unsure and a bit trailed off. He nodded, this time not looking up from his notebook. I sighed and looked down at my desk. At least I tried. Later on in the day, I was now home and laying in bed. It was quiet and everyone had settled down for the night. As I lay there staring out my window, I hear rustling in the next room to mine, which is my little brother's room. It's probably just him getting up to use the bathroom. He's only like 9 years old. After a few moments, the rustling dies down to nothing, and I once again close my eyes in an attempt to sleep. A failed one at that. All of a sudden, my brother lets out a scream. I sprint from the bed, throwing off my covers. I open my door just as my brother's door opens. Someone a bit taller than me tries to get past me, but ends up smacking into me so hard I fall backwards onto my butt. The figure got up and ran past me and jumped straight out of the second-story window. Forgetting about the figure, I got up and ran to my brother's room to find him, trembling and crying in the corner. I ran over to him and picked him up. A pair of footsteps sounded from the first floor, up the stairs, up the hallway, and finally my parents entered the room, a shotgun in my father's hand. What the heck happened? Asked my father. I looked at them. Someone was in the house, I told them. My mom sighed with a bit of a grunt. Aw, heck, she grumbled. The next thing heard was not heard by me. Everything had happened so fast that all I had seen was black hair and a white hoodie. Wait a dang minute. So that was chapter 1. Really long chapters, so I'm going to do one chapter at a time. Okay, have fun.